Everyone's life is different. Some people come from affluent backgrounds, other people come from indigent backgrounds, and some people are in between on that spectrum. But regardless of where you come from, everyone has their own challenges and journey. Everyone battles their own hardships, and when it's all said and done, we emerge triumphant. It's the human way. We fall down repeatedly, over and over again, but at the end of the day, we become a better person because of it. A brilliant quote by Malcolm X describes this perfectly. He said that there is no better than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed and its own lesson on how to improve your performance next time. Throughout your whole life, you will face adversity. It is inevitable, but you can choose what you want to do when life gets tough. I am a firm believer that you should always keep persevering through tough times, no matter what anyone says. Following your heart will always lead to the right answer. Malcolm X's quote applies to a multitude of life scenarios, but one specifically that it relates to is to keep moving forward in times of strife. Throughout life, we will face challenges, and it is up to us to determine how we meet those challenges. After getting hit over and over again, people tend to quit or shut down. But human nature is to keep striving for greatness as we keep getting up and up again to achieve that status. This quote by Malcolm X really nails that point. When he talks about how you will experience losses and heartbreak, it is a lesson on how to keep improving and get better as a person. That is a truly incredible statement because not only does it testify what it means to be human, but to yourself that you can do anything. An important piece from Malcolm X's speech is when he talks about how you will go through trials of your life. You are going to be defeated, you are going to have heartbreak, but in the grand scheme of things, if you follow your heart, you are going to go above and beyond with everything you do. If you truly trust in yourself and in your heart, then you are not going to be let down. The one thing we completely own in our lives free and clear is our ability to pursue whatever we choose to. Whether it be an education, a dream, or even a person, it is all up to you. Things may not go your way, but they happen for a very specific reason, and because of that, it builds up our character and gives us life experiences to take with us on our journey. Malcolm X's speech quote really rings true with me because it talks about adversity and how every defeat and every heartbreak and every loss contains its own lesson in itself. Two things that come to mind when I hear this quote is when I broke my arm junior year playing football and the car that I had bought at the beginning of this year and over summer. Playing football my junior year, I was big into the team and I had a starting position job and I was one of the main leaders on the team. Football was my life. I formed my identity around it. I formed myself around it. Times were spent in the locker room with coaches, analyzing film, doing everything I was supposed to. I put my life and honestly my entire free time into football. Midway through our season, because we played 10 games, at about game 5 or 6, I was at the bottom of the pile and after making a tackle, and I got back up and I was in immense pain in my arm, my left arm. I walked off the field and sat out for a play and then went back in. Well, when I went to go put my hand on the ground to get into my stance, I fell because it hurt so bad. And I got back up and played through the play and walked back to the sidelines and went over to the training station where I was informed that my arm was broken. It was really a painful experience for me because not only physically it was just the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, but it pained me because I couldn't be out there on the field with my teammates doing what I loved. After about 4, 5, 6 months of rehabbing and doing exercises every day and strengthening my arm again and waiting for it to heal, I was able to rejoin for my senior season in football, and I had a great campaign and had a lot of fun with my friends, something that I wish I could have done my junior year. But like life happens, and in that moment I could have either been really sad and disappointed and not done anything about it, or I could have taken what was best from the scenario and moved forward, which is what that quote embodies and is what I did. My second story is about the car that I bought this year. I had a nice Jeep 2000 Wrangler that I had since I was 16 that my parents helped me buy. And about the beginning of this year, but the end of last year, I decided I wanted to change it up a little bit and get something a little bit more sporty. So I decided to buy a 1990 Nissan 240 SX. It was everything that I wanted, and everything was included, all the great things that are about it, good suspension, good engine, everything was perfect. And I thought, I was going into a great thing. I could further my knowledge with cars, which I am very involved with, and I could, take it out to meets and have fun with it and have it be my passion as well as my daily driver. Well, I soon came to find out that a 30-year-old car does not make for a very good daily driver, and things will go wrong with it. So this entire summer I was spent, working on it every single day, doing maintenance, reworks, repairs, and pretty much everything short of an engine swap. Um, it was a lot of time and work and a lot of money, all three of which I did not have, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into making this car. I ended up getting it running multiple times throughout the summer after a new part would break about every 8 to 10 days. And now it's in a great spot. There's still a little bit more things to do about it, but that car was, like I said, the epitome of adversity. So many things went wrong. I was stuck not having a ride to work. I couldn't get to work sometimes. I couldn't go hang out with friends. I was actually stranded for about 11 days without a car. And that really just kind of was the nail in the coffin of like, yeah, this car is going to be tough, but I'm not going to give up on it because this is something that I wanted to do. So in life, trials are going to be unavoidable. We're going to have good times and bad. And Malcolm X tells us in his quote that he also explains that through these hard times, we're going to emerge a more knowledgeable and experienced person. Instead of letting ourselves be beaten down by the struggles of life, we need to persevere and find out how to improve for next time. Many times in life, we are going to question whether or not we should keep moving forward with what we think is right. But if you truly follow your heart and keep persevering, you will eventually find what you're looking for.